Mariah Carey did something that 99% of rappers have failed to do, and that was to win a diss battle against Eminem. Although Eminem is known to destroy every rapper that tried to diss him, weirdly enough, the one diss battle he lost wasn't even against a rapper, but a pop star. So how did Mariah Carey even manage to do this? Well, the story actually goes back to 2001, when Mariah Carey was getting ready to release her newest album, Charm Bracelet, and she decided that she would reach out to Eminem to help her with the album. But it wouldn't just be music they were working on, but something a little more romantic. Because according to Eminem, this would also be the time that him and Mariah would start to hook up. And for 6 months, they would end up dating before they inevitably broke up. But it seems that this relationship may have been one-sided, because according to Mariah, her and Eminem never actually dated, and it was simply just a business relationship. Was this the truth? Or was Mariah hiding this secret relationship because she was afraid of one thing? After Mariah would go on to continuously deny her relationship with Eminem, making him look like a fool, he would then proceed to name drop Mariah in 2 of the songs on the Eminem Show album. With him on the song Superman, rapping the lines, and on When the Music Stops. After these songs had released, their relationship had now become public, and the whole world was shocked to know that Eminem and Mariah had dated. Soon after, Mariah would find out about Eminem's claims, and what she did next became the start to a historic back and forth, because later on, she would release her album Charm Bracelet, where she responded to Eminem on the song Clown, where she sings the lines, "Consequently, now your ego is fully overblown. You don't want the world to know that you're just a puppet show," and even went on the Oprah show to further deny the claims even more.
Okay, so what was going on between you and Eminem, if anything?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Look, I talked to him. I, have spoken to him a few times, whatever. But in terms of me having like an intimate relationship with men, I can name them all on one hand, and he ain't on the hand.
But Eminem would also be asked this question in the interview, and he said that their relationship actually did happen. In another interview, she was asked the question again, and still continued to deny it. These interviews would only do more harm than good, because after both of them heard what each other had to say about the situation, they would then proceed to go back and forth dissing each other, with Mariah starting it by instinctively wearing a blonde wig and a Detroit Lions jersey, the same city and football team Eminem is known to rep, while performing her song Clown. Then, after Eminem had heard about this, he recorded another diss track towards Mariah on his 2004 Encore album with the song Feud, where he disses not only Mariah, but also his ex-wife Kim. Then, the next year in 2005, while Eminem was performing in New York City, he performed his song Ass Like That, where he would remix the song by replacing some of the words with Mariah to try to diss her even more. That wasn't even the full attack, because he would then go on to leak old voicemail recordings of Mariah trying to flirt with him.
Mariah Carey, looks so scary, I don't want to see it. Every time I see her video on the TV, she's so annoying.
In 2007, Eminem would suffer from a drug overdose, where he nearly lost his life, and in 2008 would end up going to rehab. Unfortunately, Eminem would have another blow to the gut when in April of that same year, Nick Cannon would marry Mariah Carey. Eminem would make his sought-out return to music when he released his 5th studio album, Relapse, in 2009. And as he returned, so did his disses for Mariah. But only this time, he was taking on more than Mariah. Because on the song Bagpipes from Baghdad, he would go on to also diss Nick Cannon, rapping the lines, "Locked in Mariah's wine cellar. All I had for lunch was bread, wine, more bread, wine, and Captain Crunch red wine for breakfast and for brunch. And to soak it up, an in-between snack. Crackers to munch Mariah. Whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up? All I asked for was a glass of punch." I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such a nasty breakup with that Latin hunk. Luis Miguel, Nick Cannon, better back up. I'm not playing, I wanna back you, punk. I mean, I really want you bad. Yo, Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sock of junk. I ain't playing no effing more. Nick Cannon, you bitch. I wish you luck with the effing whore. Nick Cannon would then quickly respond to Eminem's diss in a blog post saying, I thought we got past the days where white men could spew vulgar obscenities at our beautiful queens and get away with it. So, Miss Marshall, I'm going to make you wish you never spoke my name. I regret the ungodly things you said about my wife. I don't know why no one has stood up to your bitch ass yet, but I guess it's going to take a corny rock-rapping boy toy from Nickelodeon to set you straight. And trust, I'm going to be relentless, even though I got a lot of other obligations and occupations. You are my new full-time job, homie. But although it seemed that Nick was somewhat overpowering Eminem, there would be one more trick Mariah had up her sleeve. While all of this was happening, Mariah was working on her newest project, Members of an Imperfect Angel, and there would be a lead single on the album called Obsessed. This song would serve as another diss track towards Eminem, and not only was it a nice diss, the song managed to reach number 7 on the Billboard Top 100 chart. So not only did Mariah kill Eminem with this diss, she also managed to turn that song into a hit all across the world, singing the lines, all up in the blog saying we met at the bar when I don't even know who you are, saying we up in your house, saying I'm up in your car, but you in LA and I'm out at Jermaine's, I'm up in the A, you so lame, and no one here even mentions your name. It must be the weed, it must be the E, cause you be poppin', heard you get it poppin'. Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. Lying that you're sexing me when everybody knows it's clear that you're upset with me. Finally found a girl that you couldn't impress. Last man on the earth still couldn't get this. Then Eminem would come back with another diss track of his own, titled The Warning, where he would not only expose all the things him and Mariah did together, but he will also even put her old voice messages she sent to him in the song, while also going for Nick as well.
Oh geez, that's supposed to be me in the video with the goatee? Wow, Mariah, didn't expect it to go balls out. Bitch, shut the fuck up before I put all them phone calls out. You made it my house when you was wildin' out. Before Nick, when you was on my dick and give you something to smile about. How many times you fly to my house, still trying to count. Better shut your lying mouth if you the one Nick finding out. You probably think cause it's been so long, if I had something on you, I would've did it by now. Oh, on the contrary, Mary Poppins, I'm mixing our studio session down and sending it to mastering to make it loud. Enough dirt on you to murder you, this is what the fuck I do. Mariah, it ever occur to you that I still have pictures? However you prefer to do, and that goes for Nick too, faggot, you think I'm scared of you?
After Eminem's diss had released, Mariah surprisingly stayed low and didn't release nothing else. But it was her husband Nick who would respond with a diss track of his own, titled I'm a Slick Rick, where he rapped the lines,
yo, I'ma serve this clown now, word Nick, word. I don't know if I should hit him cause he's feminine slick. Excuse me Eminem, why you lying on your dick?
Surprisingly, this seemed to work, because after this, Eminem would go silent. I would go on an interview with Vibe magazine where he said, I really don't want to talk about her anymore. I really don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I'm not going to even comment about it. I'm done with the situation. I said what I had to say. I'm done. But it seemed that Nick wasn't ready to end the fun, because sometime later in 2016, he would invite Eminem on his show Wild 'N Out, to which he predictably didn't respond. Then, on another interview, Nick would have this to say.
During that time when social media just started popping. So I wrote this long ass letter, pretty much saying, look, I respect you as an artist.
Right.
I'm actually a fan. I think you're one of the best to ever do it. But from man to man, you talking out of pocket to my wife, you got to be held accountable for that. So I need to see you face to face.
After this, in 2019, Eminem would respond to Nick in another track on Fadro and Dr. Dre's collab album called Family Ties. And on the song Lord Above, Eminem will be heard rapping the lines, I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whip, that pussy got him neutered. Tried to tell him this chick's a nut job before he got his jewels clipped. Almost got my caboose kicked. Fool quit, you not gonna do shit. I let her chop my balls off before I lost to you, Nick. Nick then came back with 2 more diss tracks, and soon after these released, Eminem would respond to Nick on Twitter. And after this, the beef seemed to finally simmer down. The beef between Mariah and Eminem had to have been one of the most interesting beefs ever. Both Mariah and Eminem haven't addressed this beef in a couple of years, so it's safe to say that this beef has now ended, or at least is on pause until Eminem drops another diss. Because on his new album, The Death of Slim Shady, the album was purely dedicated to dissing all of his peers, with the likes of Diddy, Caitlyn Jenner, and even Superman. But did Eminem really manage to lay the final blow to Mariah? Click here to find out.